Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name's Aisha Rosalie and this is Why Turn to Islam. I wanted to give you guys a breakdown on why I became Muslim. A lot of my friends who are non-Muslim, who are also atheists mostly, get very confused why I started wearing this headscarf, why I started dressing modestly, why all this happened, and they ask me a lot of questions. And I've realised that in this modern world, religion is kind of frowned upon. People see religion as the cause of most of our problems. People see religion as the cause of wars, the cause of conflict, the cause of hatred across the world. Really, that is not the case. A lot of conflicts happen because of differences between people. And ultimately, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like people that are different to you, then you're going to use religion as an excuse to do bad things. Now it's not good. I don't excuse these people. It's important to have mercy on those that are inflicted, and people that are out causing pain to other people obviously are inflicted with a lot of pain, so I do have mercy for these people. But I don't excuse them. I don't say it's okay, because it's not okay. It's definitely not okay, especially doing it under the name of Allah. Allah, who's the most merciful, than anyone who's doing things under his name that are negative. Of course, that's like one of the most horrible things. Kind of like extremists. Well, here's the thing. I don't like using the word extremist, because to me, someone who's at the extreme length of Islam is somebody that fasts too much or gives every single penny they own to charity, which that to me, that's extremism of Islam. Really, religion is not bad. I see religion as an enhancer of what you are. If you're a bad person, then you're going to read the Quran in a bad way, and you're going to use the Quran to back up your bad actions, and it's going to enhance what you are. It's going to enhance your hatred. It's going to enhance your intolerability. But ultimately, if you're a good person, then the Quran is going to make you better. It's going to enhance the side of you that's giving, going to enhance the side of you that's loving, going to enhance the side of you that just wants to go out there and look after people and be kind and protect people. And like, we're a religion of compassion, we're a religion of love. If we believe that Allah is telling us to do something negative that has a negative impact on the world, the people, that's disgusting behavior, then we really need to think where we're getting that from. Are we getting those thoughts from shaitan, or are we getting those thoughts from Allah? If Allah wants us to cause all this destruction, then what's the point in having shaitan? If Allah's the one that's making us do all this horrible stuff, then why do we have the devil? We don't need the devil. If Allah's the one telling us to do it, we don't need the devil. As Muslims, we should be the best of people. We should be the most giving. We should be the people that anyone can turn to for help. We should be the people that want to help people. We should be the people that are advocating for the environment, for rights, for women's rights, for everyone's rights, on helping others, especially vulnerable and people in need. Such an emphasis, and that's something that drew me to Islam so much. When I first started looking into Islam, it makes me emotional thinking about it, but it is the single thing that drew me to Islam the most. The emphasis on love and compassion and just seeing the world in a bigger picture, and not just as this tiny little square that we live in. The whole world of people that are starving in countries where they eat dirt off the floor. People are starving to death, and we worry about what car we're driving or what clothes we're wearing. These silly little things when you look at the bigger picture. And Islam teaches us to look at the bigger picture. And it's amazing. It's the most incredible thing. Having that actual realization that you're this tiny part in the bigger world. The dunya is just the dunya. It's just the dunya. It's a test. And we have to realize that what we prioritize is part of that test. Now, it is really, really, really important in this modern age especially to have faith. Faith is a core component of human beings. It's a core component of who we are. Without faith, we are attached to the material world. Is that when you don't have faith, and I know this because I'm a revert, so I've lived both lives. I've lived most of my life as being the kind of person that doesn't really see the consequences to their actions. That, yeah, I was still ultimately a good person. I still, helped homeless people, gave to charity, all these kind of cliche things. I still did them. But I did them for selfish desires, and even though I thought I wasn't attached to materialism, I was. Because it wasn't until I started having faith, all of a sudden realizing that all this is kind of, in a way, it's not the end of the world. Everything you see is not the end of the world. Everything you're feeling is not the end of the world. It's fleeting. Everything in this world is fleeting. That desire you have to get that car that you wanted your whole life, getting it, having that little moment of happiness, material happiness, having it, and then within a couple of months, you want the next model. You see your friends driving nicer cars, and you're like, wow, why can't I have that car? That's fleeting. It's fleeting pleasure. The only non-fleeting pleasure in this world is Allah. And having faith that if the moment you're having right now is not that great, that it's gonna get better. That not every single moment is the be-all and end-all. Having faith lets you step out of your body a little bit and kind of look at yourself and be like, wait, you're feeling sad, but it's okay. It's okay, because things are gonna change. And maybe that sadness you're feeling isn't even valid. Maybe you're feeling sad over something that you don't really have a right to feel sad over, because actually it's a gift. A lot of our tribulations are gifts from Allah. So being able to step out of your body and see the world as a bigger picture is a huge, huge blessing. And you're never going to find happiness being attached to the material world. We have so much evidence of that. Look at every single rich, famous person and the kind of lifestyle they live and the lifestyle that they sell, but none of them are happy, and we all know that. We all deep down know that, but we like to pretend like they're happy because we want to aspire to that, because everyone needs a purpose, right? And a lot of people choose their purpose to be to chase money or to chase fame. But it's not really a valid purpose, because if you do chase that thing and you do succeed in that thing, then it's relative. You're going to get money, but then you're going to want more money, and then even if you become a billionaire, you're going to compare yourself to people that have like $5 billion, and you're going to want to be like them. So it's relative. You're never really going to be happy, because it's going to be a continuous chase, and every single moment of happiness is going to be fleeting. Really horrible that we're taught to chase things that don't make us happy. It's this awful, awful circle that we get in, where we chase something that doesn't make us happy, we get it, and then we're not happy, and then we chase something else that doesn't make us happy, and it's just awful. We've been trained to do this, and I know, because I was trained to do this. But having faith in God, it gets you out of that circle, because you're not chasing something that's fleeting, you're chasing the love of Allah, and that's not fleeting. Allah's love for you doesn't go. It will always be there. Islam teaches us gratitude. And gratitude, even scientific studies say that gratitude is the #1 reliever of any kind of anxiety, like depression, these kind of mental illnesses that remove gratitude from our life and make us feel like we're inadequate and we don't have enough and we need these things. But Islam teaches us gratitude, and being grateful for the gifts that Allah has given us is probably the single most best thing you can do for your mental health, for sure. Just constantly practicing gratitude, saying alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah for this, alhamdulillah for that. I ate today, alhamdulillah. Even silly little things that we take for granted, like going to the toilet. There are some people in the world that struggle and have a lot of pain when they go to the toilet. We just go and we just come back and we don't even think about it. But even being grateful that you can do that. Being grateful for our health, there's a million, trillion, even in the Quran it says we're never going to be able to thank Allah for everything that we have, because the gifts are endless. And we don't deserve any of them. That's the beautiful thing. We don't deserve any of these gifts, but we're given them anyway. And that is the most beautiful thing. If you don't have faith in your life, you don't believe in God, then who are you going to thank for all these gifts? Also, something I used to do before I reverted to Islam is I used to try and please the creation instead of the creator. I used to dress in a way that people would compliment me, that would I would seek compliments from men, I would seek stares from men, I would seek all these kind of things. Seeking all this kind of approval, attention from the creation is never going to have you fulfilled, because you could literally be a saint and people would still hate you. You could be fighting for to free the slaves, to end human trafficking, for the environment, for the animals, for all these things, and people would still hate you. It's really sad. So you're never going to fully please the creation. Whereas Allah's love is different. Allah's love is continuous. He created us. He made me. He put me into this world. I shouldn't be trying to seek any approval from anyone apart from Allah. Yeah, we're all creation. We should all be kind and love each other, but I don't need to dress in a way that impresses you. I don't need to be the kind of person that impresses you. I need to dress, I need to be the kind of person that impresses Allah. These are some of the things that really appeal to me about Islam. Some of the troubles I had first coming to accept a religion because of the culture I've been brought up in, and eventually accepting and then really engulfing myself. And the parts of religion that made me break through that barrier of religion is hatred, religion is bad, and go into the world of spirituality and religion is amazing and God created us, and it's a huge transition. It's a really huge transition, and that's kind of, they're the things that inspired me about Islam. Before I end the video, I just want to talk about the kind of person I became since I reverted, because I've changed a lot as a human. Not just in the way I dress, which is the obvious one, but I've also changed in the kind of way I treat people. I'm more kind, I'm more forgiving, I'm more merciful. I'm more calm, I'm more understanding, for sure. I'm definitely more calm, more understanding. I'm more tolerant. People think religion makes you less tolerant, but it doesn't. Well, it hasn't for me. And it hasn't for a lot of the good people that I know who are very pious and religious. Because you understand that people are different and you love people for the fact that they are creation of Allah. Muslim, non-Muslim, you're still creation of Allah. I should love you for that. If I love my creator, I'm gonna love you for the fact that my creator created you. Subhanallah, seriously. I put more of an emphasis onto learning. I spent a lot of time learning since I became Muslim. Knowledge has just become something that's become like food to me. Like every day I just have to eat it, and any free time I get I'm watching lectures on YouTube or videos. I'm learning about the biggest problems in the world. I'm learning about Islam. I'm learning about so many things. I've just become this kind of person that just wants to seek knowledge constantly. Alhamdulillah, I think religion makes you want to become more intelligent, want to learn more. Getting rid of that consumer lifestyle that we're brought up in and we become because we're taught to be consumers, and getting rid of it and just being like, look, what I have is enough, I don't need any more. I don't need anymore. I have enough. I have more than enough. Alhamdulillah, I have more purpose, a clearer picture of where I'm going, what I'm heading towards in this world. You know, like every other Muslim, we're heading towards Jannah. We're trying our hardest anyway. We're heading towards that place. I have more structure in my day. Praying 5 times a day really helps build a structure in your day. I plan my day around when's Zuhr, when's Asr, when's Maghrib. My day has become like 5 days. I get way more done, which is something that no one told me before I became Muslim, that actually if you structure your days in prayers, you actually get more done. Most importantly, I see everything differently. Everything differently. I've realised that everything in this dunya is fleeting. It's all part of the test. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it in your heart. It's not until you immerse yourself in it that you realise its importance. And it's the same with everything in the world. But alhamdulillah, I'm immersed now. I'm deep in the ocean of religion. And I'm loving it. I want to inspire you guys to get even deeper in the ocean too. The ocean of love. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have a really good rest of the week, and I'll see you soon.